Yo, what is poppin'?
What's poppin'?
An unfortunate week for me. I'm not gonna lie. If you could see my outfit right now, I'm not gonna fully get up because I'm rocking a little commando. Probably shouldn't have said that online, but I do have sweats on. Um, I'm not gonna cut that either, but I do have sweats on. Just don't want to show my print, if you know what I mean. But I'm only wearing my 49ers in the end zone shirt and my hat because I've lost the privilege to wearing the jersey. Ant has not. He is fully going in again. Another week of Patriots ball. He is wearing his outfit from last week, and it's honestly running pretty strong, I will say. Kind of a brutal game for me, but we'll get into it. Anthony, how has your week been?
I mean, sheesh, man. Sheesh.
Shut the fuck up, dude. I don't even want to fucking do this. It's going to piss me off.
Man.
I forgot to mention, I'm kind of sick. So if I sound a little sniffly, I apologize. But I will try to be as much as an upbeat Zachary as possible. But I'm pissed. I want to be celebrating too, but we got belted to ass. But I'm happy for you. I'm happy.
Thank you. Besides the Patriots game, doing well. There was something, study and grind continues. We're doing well with that. We're feeling pretty good. You know what's weird? You know what's super weird, Zach, is with my studying, since I took a break from studying for the EMT, which was wildcard weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
I did not study whatsoever that Saturday, that Sunday, realistically that Monday too, right?
Okay.
Didn't really start studying a whole lot till like a Wednesday of last week. And it was just here and there studying, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then like not a whole lot. Then this week I just been like on my ass just studying a shit ton. And it's really weird for how much like I really like know. It's almost like I know more now.
Yeah, dude. Your mind probably just needed a little break.
I think
that probably has to do something with stress too. You know what I'm saying?
I think so too. Yeah. Like it's just weird for like how much I'm like, oh wait, like I know this, but why didn't I know this before? So
dude, stress does some weird shit to the body, man.
It does.
It really does.
But I mean, overall pretty good, man. Just like I said, we're studying. We're just the Patriots winning. It's been fantastic. Went to the John Stewart's place with the rest of the Stewarts to watch the Niner game, and man, oh man, Stewie, if you're watching this, apologize for all of those text messages.
You don't apologize for shit.
You're right. I don't. Fuck you, Stewie.
Yeah. Not only was it you, it was the whole goddamn family, and it took you 5 minutes to scroll through when you were showing me on FaceTime. You guys are not sorry. You guys ain't sorry. You meant every fucking word, which is okay.
Me too. There's a reason why I don't do it to you, right?
No.
There's a reason why, and let me tell you the reason why. For those who don't know, we shit on our buddy Stewie, who's also a Niner fan, like big time Niner fan. He's too easy to get it through. Let's talk with, you know what? Let's do a better example. Cody, Zach's brother, who's supposed to be on here. Once again, we're missing him today. He is not feeling the greatest either. But if I were to do something like that to Cody, realistically, he wouldn't care, because you know his expectations were going into playoffs. That we're not making it far. We're gonna eventually lose. We're not making it to the Super Bowl. I said, okay, that's fair. Stewie, on the other hand, ladies and gentlemen, he's one of those fans who will think above and beyond with the team no matter what. And I just genuinely don't think he's realistic. He's like Parker. He's not realistic. I'm sorry. He's not. And he gets way too emotional with it, especially if he knows his team's that banged up. It's going to happen, right? Like eventually you got and you knew it. Cody knew it. A lot of other people knew it. It seems like Stewie did it. So it was really easy just to reel in with it. And it was just funny. It was funny just to mess with him.
Oh, it was fucking hilarious.
And he kept falling for it.
It was 10v1, and that motherfucker was on all the hooks. You had 10 hooks right in front of him. He's biting all the bait. I'm like,
at the same time.
Stop responding.
Yeah. It's just easy. It's easy to fish for him, and that's the only reason why.
And his family knows how to get under his skin really easily. Easily. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I love you, Stu, but sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and say nothing. Even if your opinion is something different, which I do understand, and I appreciate you being able to voice your opinion. But you just got to bite the bullet with the Niners, man. Just expect it. I love it. Quest for 6, it's still on. I'm going to be faithful for the rest of my life. However, this was not the year. I mean, this would have been like a Cinderella 16 seed going to the Elite 8. It's just not happening. It's not happening. And that's good, man. It was well-deserved. I'm sorry.
I mean, I think, I don't know. I just think the funniest part about the whole thing is that, he really thought it was there. And I'm just like, no, like, dude, come on. Like, and like I said, like, genuinely, there was a part of me that did feel bad because there was some stuff I didn't want to send in, like the fucking photo of Purdy crying right there. And like, because I made it into a sticker and I just sent it in. That was, I did feel bad about that, but everyone's all like, nope, you got to send it. Another one, Stewie saying, like, he Snapchatted me after the Patriots game. He said, fuck the Patriots. And then I just like, hey, you guys, I think you guys need to focus on scoring touchdowns more than the Patriots, TBH. And like, he didn't say anything after that. And I'm like, yeah, you can't talk. I'm sorry.
Rightfully so. You can't say anything after that.
Can't say shit. Dude.
Yeah. Like, you're starting it, but your team lost. That's the whole thing. But I will say a couple of things. One, I think that Stu, whenever he talks to you about things like that, it makes no sense because you've been winning. Even if it's a cupcake schedule, it doesn't make sense. Two, it doesn't make sense when T. Lou talks. He's been a Raiders fan his whole life. They haven't even made the playoffs more than 3 times. Yeah. So it's like, I think they made it twice since he's been alive. That one I don't understand, but I do understand the shit talking. And man, oh man, Stu has been on a hook recently. He's been on a hook. Big time.
But other than that, though, love you, Stu, like always. But it's been a good week so far. We just continue the grind and we continue stressing for the Patriots.
Yes, sir.
That's it. Zach, what about you? How's your week been?
Oh, dude, it's been pretty fun, honestly. I mean, Friday, I didn't really do much. Saturday, I went out and watched the Bills game. Had probably like 6 or 7 Guinnesses. And I'm not even trying to do like the meme. Legit, Diego and I probably spent $60, $70 on Guinness alone. Minus the tip.
That's we like 870 calories.
Yeah, it was a lot. And I'm trying to cut too, so it wasn't great. But we just went on a tangent. We started with Pacifico, then was like, want to do a creamer? Creamer ended up being 3, and then it ended up being 6. Anyways, we ordered nachos, and they come right as the game started. Literally right as the game started, the person that is giving us our food is crossing our face, and Seattle scores the touchdown, the kickoff. Opening kickoff, they score. I look at Diego. I say, if they score one more, it's over. And he's like, I agree. Okay, sounds good. We eat the nachos. I'm not even joking. Before the Niners drive is done. That's like how stressed. We were literally eating like the full plate of nachos at Mutlinch's. And him and I ate within 5 minutes. I mean, for some reason, Diego and I just have this crazy habit. I don't know if it's bad or good, but we just eat Mexican food when we're stressed out for the Niners, and we eat it fast. And so we eat it. Niners get stopped. Seattle scores. Diego says, if they go up 17, this game is over. I say, yes, I agree. They end up giving us belt to ass from the first whistle to the end of the whistle. Diego and I, at halftime, said, don't want to deal with this because there were multiple fans there. Let's walk home. So we walked home at halftime. Very depressed, very, very depressed walk home. Reminded me kind of that Super Bowl, but not as bad. And then we were planning on going out, and Diego fell asleep at 8:30 on the couch, and I started falling asleep at like 8:45. Said, fuck it, I'm going to bed. Go to bed. Sunday comes around. We end up going out again, have a good time. Diego spends the night 2 nights in a row, so it was a lot of fun hosting Diego, some of the boys as well that came. But other than that, I woke up, I believe it was Monday, and my throat was kind of scratchy. I'm like, yeah, it's probably just from the weekend, And then I woke up yesterday, and I felt like shit. So I stayed home. Today I'm trying to get over it. So I'm really hoping that this goes away because I have a couple of things going on, not only tomorrow, but Friday and the weekend too. So got to pray. But being sick sucks, man. Other than that, I don't really want to give my opinion on the Niners yet because we have a full segment and section for that, unfortunately. So let's just get straight into it.
Green 18, red 48. Settle down. Wide 80, set hut.
We suck.
We suck. Get rid of Belichick. Get rid of Mac Jones. Get rid of our entire fucking receiving core.
You guys are 2-8.
That's what I thought.
2-7, 2-8. It doesn't matter. We still suck.
So Seahawks played the Ravens. Final score was 28-25. Geno Smith, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. Anyway, not really much to write home about that game. Just
right.
This is egregious.
I don't think Jared Goff is a top 5 quarterback in the NFC.
Wait, are you putting Justin Herbert over Jared Goff?
Yes.
It was like an interview for like a new podcast company. Called Brazzers. I mean, you could see I'm literally in the headquarters right now, dude.
All right. Before we kick things off, there's something I think you need to see for the first time, and for our fans watching. You're just gonna have to give me a sec.
What could this be? Is it a tradition? Oh, he's muted. Well, as we wait, I'm hoping you guys are having a good week. And what a playoff so far, man. We've had a lot of good games, a lot of belt to ass. The Niners are unfortunately not in it, but I don't even know who I'm going to be rooting for, honestly. It's going to be horrible because I'm going to either have to root for the Patriots or an NFC West team in our stadium. So I'm probably going to be rooting for the Patriots because I don't think the Broncos can win. If the Patriots play like they've been playing, at least on defense, they might have a chance against one of those NFC West teams, but it's looking likely that one of those NFC West teams are going to win the Super Bowl in Levi Stadium. Now, it sounds like Anthony is putting something on. I think it's his time to shine. There is no fucking way, Bubby. No way. Oh, my God. For the people that can't see this, this man just went and put on his I Love Drake May shirt, which is brand new. Tell me that you got that from Drake May Lover, please.
Yes.
Yes! Yep. Drake May Lover, we love you. I'm not even a Patriots fan, and I think whatever you did with this whole fucking social media thing with Drake May Lover has been genius. And it's awesome. It's awesome. So was that under your sweatshirt? I don't know if you have a sweatshirt. Excuse me. Yeah. I don't know if you have a sweatshirt on, but was that under your sweatshirt and your jersey the whole time?
Yep.
That's fucking hilarious, man. Shout out to Drake May Lover, man. God, what a guy he is. That's awesome. That's got to be your fit, though, for Sunday. So.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I have worn every Sunday, I have worn the sweatshirt, the jersey, these blue pajama sweats, and then my Patriots beanie.
Yep.
This one.
As it should be.
It's what I've been wearing for every single Sunday, and I've sat in one specific spot on the couch. And then Alex, who's also a Patriots fan. You guys don't know Alex. Actually, he was on the podcast one time when we actually drafted Drake May. Actually,
yes,
funny enough,
yes, he was.
He in his place, he's been in 2 different spots. One spot on defense, and then one spot on offense. And on defense, he's on a spot on his couch. And then when the Pats are on offense, he is directly like right underneath his TV.
That's insane.
Like,
that's literally insane.
It's a very unfortunate angle he has to be at, but it's the best spot that works for him, and that is what it looks like.
That is nuts, man. Sorry, I got an email that I was expecting. But yeah, I mean, I'd be superstitious too. It's working. It clearly is. And I would assume that you guys are going to be the favorites for it to work again. But we have a fun episode ahead of us. Obviously, we've kind of had the same episode layout for the last couple of weeks in this whole season, really. But we got news, divisional recap, and we're just going to kind of go over, our predictions and how we've done so far, which has been decent. Stat of the week, which sucks. We have a big update, and Anthony, I'm going to leave that one for you, and then our predictions and, kind of going over the Super Bowl predictions and review of what we've done into more depth, like I'd said earlier. But the first segment, news, I'm going to blast through this because it seems like we have quite a bit of piece of news. And again, it makes sense because this is the start of the offseason for a lot of franchises. But man, there has been a lot of news. There's been a lot of hirings. There's been a lot of releases. There's been a lot of firings, and it just continues to build up. a lot of good hirings too. Look, I think it was time. The Bills knew it was time. The Bills have released, I shouldn't say released, but the Bills and Sean McDermott have parted ways. Look, it's been time, man. And I don't want to say that, you can only blame the Bills head coach for this, just because I do think that they haven't handled, putting the pieces together around Josh the Greatest, or, keeping him as happy as he should be, let alone put a defense around him that's competent. But I don't think that last game was Sean McDermott's fault, and we'll talk about this, but I do think that they're right in letting him go, and I think it was time. 49ers DC, Robert Saleh is now the Titans head coach, and with him goes Brian Dable, who's expected to be the Titans' next OC. Man, I'm not going to lie, I really do like both of those fits. I think both those guys are, pretty good offense and defensive minded guys in their respective fields. And I do think the Titans have a good young, I don't want to say young roster, but a good young head or quarterback and a couple of good pieces around them. And I do think they have, good cap space, and really it's just going to come down to what can they do with that. I think, the Titans are probably not the greatest spot for them to land, at least when it comes to, franchise wise and team wise with everything that has happened, but the Titans could definitely build a future. And I think that these two guys could be a pivotal part of that. The Giants have hired John Harbaugh as their new head coach. I think this was a top 3 landing spot. Like I'd said, this is a team that has a ton of young talent, quarterback, running back, wide receiver, a lot of good defensive players. They have a good amount of cap space. They're in New York. They're a big company, or they're a big franchise. I think that this was probably a top 3 place to, go to head coach. Now, I do think that both the Falcons and the Ravens probably rival them, but I do think this is top 3. And look, John Harbaugh has been a successful coach. It's going to be interesting to see if he pans out in New York. Bigger market. Not to say John Harbaugh doesn't, create a culture and holds people accountable to it, but I am interested to see what he does and what they do with all their draft picks and, kind of future. So that one's interesting. I'm going to get rid of some of these as I speak. The Falcons are hiring Kevin Stefanski as their new head coach, and they're also expected to hire former Browns OC Tommy Rees as their new offensive coordinator. I don't know Tommy too well, but I do think Kevin Stefanski is a perfect fit for them. This is probably my favorite out of all the hirings so far. Look, I think he's going to join that team, and they're going to blast. They should be the favorite next year. Talk about young talent. They probably have the best young core maybe in the whole NFL besides quarterback. Really, besides quarterback, if you do land Kyle Pitts and you use him to your advantage, he is very young. He's still 25. You have a great young core. And if you don't, you have 2 players that are probably top 10 in their position. And me personally, I think Bijan's the best running back overall in the league. But I think that was a great spot, and they're in a good position for Kevin Stefanski to really succeed. And I'm glad he went there. Look, he's been a great coach in a bad system, a bad franchise, and I don't think they're going to get better. So I think the Falcons did the right thing. The Chiefs are hiring Eric Bieniemy as their offensive coordinator, who has been with Patrick Mahomes before. So this is kind of a reunion, if you want to say that. I do think that this is a great hiring for them as well. I'm interested to see if Patrick Mahomes will be the same Patrick Mahomes he's been with that knee injury, just because I heard that it was pretty bad. But I do think that this is, a great hiring. And look, I think that with everything that they've gone through, Andy Reid's still a good head coach. I just think that maybe he's lost a step. And I don't mean lost a step as, a bad head coach, but I think that some defenses have caught up to him, and he might not be as good as he was 2 years ago with, a good offense coordinator. And I don't think that they need to rely on a good offense coordinator, but a guy that knows Patrick Mahomes and could probably tell Andy, like, hey, this is not going to be good for them, is good. I also do think that when Eric was there and helping them, they had, better surrounding pieces. So I wouldn't be shocked if the Chiefs went and had a good offseason. It's really just going to be up to Patrick Mahomes. The Dolphins are hiring Jeff Hafley as their new head coach. I don't really know too much about Jeff. I do know that he has been pretty good at his coordinating position. I do think that's a good hiring. It's just weird. Miami's weird. I don't think that they're going to be very competitive for the next couple of years, especially with the Patriots. And the Bills being as competitive as they are. And I think the Jets have a ton of, cap space and a bunch of picks in the next couple of drafts. So we'll see what they do with that. But look, not bad. I don't think it's bad. The Vikings have signed defense coordinator Brian Flores to a new contract. They extended it. Kind of sucks because I was hoping that the Niners would sign him. He's a beast, dude. He's a beast. I would completely build around him as an organization. Look, I think that they have probably the best head coach, or maybe not head coach, but coaching tandem in the league besides maybe the Chiefs when they're fully healthy and going at it. But I think that Brian is, he's great, man. And to be able to extend him with what he did last year and what he's been able to do with that team has been really helpful. They are going to lose some pieces. I don't think it's going to impact them that much. And really, Brian has been great. He is a systematic genius when it comes to being a defense coordinator. We've seen this with even Brock Purdy. I mean, Brock Purdy threw 3 interceptions against him the first time they played. And I think that this is, one of those signings that needed to be done. Sucks for the Niners, but it needed to be done.
That's also a signing, by the way, that just happened 40 minutes ago.
I saw that before we started. Huge for them, by the way. I mean, again, in a division that's very, very coaching dependent right now, specifically the NFC North, like we're going to say right now, the Packers are extending Matt LaFleur as their head coach. You need good coaching in this league. And especially in that division, dude, that division is stacked with coaches pretty much everywhere. Like there's not really a bad coach. And for you to be able to lock down your defense coordinator, I don't know what the deal was. I'm assuming that it was pretty good. I think that's really big, especially in the NFC North where it's offensive driven and it's very offensive driven. But that's huge for them, man. That's huge. Now it's really just about the Vikings and being able to, I would assume, grab a veteran quarterback if there is anyone, and to build around JJ because you don't want him unhappy. So that's really all the main coaching news that we have. The Packers have released Travion Diggs. Again, this was kind of seen. He wasn't great with the Cowboys. I don't even know if he played in that playoff game. I wasn't really paying attention to it, but I would assume that he probably gets one more stint, maybe gets signed, doesn't play well. You never know with him, but a couple of huge losses for the 2 out of 4 teams that are remaining in the playoffs. Zach Charbonnet is out for the remainder of the playoffs with a torn ACL. He did that, I believe, in the second quarter. It was the second quarter. Yeah, it was in the second quarter. Tore it. Sucked because Kenneth Walker went crazy, and I didn't pick him in our fantasy that my dad and I are doing. No one really expected him to do well because they do split carries, and that's a huge loss for them, man. Again, huge loss for Seattle, but Kenneth Walker is just as good, and I think he's going to prove it. I mean, as long as he stays healthy, it should be fine. And an even bigger loss, and I think this is probably the reason why they're going to be heavy underdogs in this next game. Bo Nix is out for the remainder of the playoffs with a broken ankle injury. Look, man, I've seen a lot of circulations around what happened. I've heard that he broke it while celebrating in the locker room. I've seen some plays where, he broke it and then he got up and he wasn't really limping. I'm not going to assume that he did it just because I've seen videos and I'm just expecting him to do this during the play. I'm not going to assume that he did it while celebrating. But this is a massive loss, man. Even if they won, what a win for them. And we'll talk about it, going into the games. But dude, if the Broncos win with Jarrett Stidham, I would be a shocked man, like a more shocked man than what I'm going to be with talking about this Niners game, because that was very shocking to me. Didn't think that we would potentially win. You could go back and, listen to me talk about that. But the Broncos are fucked, dude. And that's a massive, massive loss. Easily the biggest loss that we've seen in the playoffs in the last couple of years for a team that's really going into an AFC championship game. So that's our news. Anthony, I know that you highlighted a couple of these. I don't know if you want to, give your thoughts on it. I think the Bills and Sean McDermott was one, and then maybe the Giants hiring John Harbaugh, but any of them, go for it if you have any major thoughts.
Actually, the one that I honestly just strongly disagree with is the Bills firing Sean McDermott. He's not the issue. I can tell you right now, he's not the issue. For the Bills Mafia and the Bills fans, I feel really bad for y'all because he's not the problem. It's your GM. I'm sorry. It's 100% your management right now, because he's been a phenomenal coach. He's now one of the, next to John Harbaugh, he's up there as one of the next highest coaches that a team's going to want to hire as soon as possible. Look, he's taken you guys to the playoffs for the past, 6 years or so, maybe 7. I don't have the number on top of my head, and you guys have not played bad at all. I mean, still, I think at the end of the day, it comes down except for this one that just happened. But I mean, it's been a defensive problem, and I don't think Sean McDermott's realistically the issue, though. Like, I really don't. I think he's a solid coach. I think he's a stud of a coach. I think he knows his shit. I don't think that was the right move there. I think you needed to make a different kind of move if you wanted the Bills to progress. I can't really put into words right now because I wasn't really expecting to talk about it too much. But I heavily disagree with that firing. Really don't like it, and I feel bad.
So I'm looking at some of the spots. The Browns is one. I mean, I could see it with a good defense. He is a defensive-minded coach. I mean, I don't know. This did happen today, so I don't know if he's already looking at places. I think the Ravens could be a good spot for him. I think
the Ravens could be an excellent spot.
Yeah, especially with that defense. Realistically, I think that, any of these teams that have like a really good defense, I think that could be the main one. But I don't want to get into it right now because I do think that we should save to talk about it. But I think that it was the right firing. That's my opinion. But we can have differing opinions. And we'll talk about it too.
Yeah.
Like I see both ways. That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting into it, like I said, we could talk about it really right now. Divisional recap. Ant and I were 5-1 in wild card predictions. We could have been 6-0 if it wasn't for Siri. But that is what it is. That was our tiebreaker. And then 2-2 for divisional. We also could have been 3-1 if it wasn't for Siri, but Siri's not our friend right now. Anyways, 2-2, 7-3 so far for predictions. Not too bad. And we'll look at, the Super Bowl or AFC and NFC championship predictions and then our Super Bowl predictions based off of that. But Saturday, man, like I said in the beginning, that was a disappointing time, man. I'm not gonna lie. Both the teams I was rooting for lost. The Bills at Broncos 33-30 in OT, and probably the game around, I'll say. Might be the game of all the playoffs, but Bills choked, dude. The Bills choked. They lost 33-30. We'll get into that. And then 49ers at Seahawks, literally from the first whistle, belt to ass. 41-6. It's one of the worst playoff losses in NFL history, and I believe it's the worst maybe in 49ers history, if I saw that correct. But it's got to be top 5 if it's not the worst. But going back, like I said, Bills at Broncos, we could talk about this right now. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. Sean McDermott is a defensive-minded coach, and the Bills have lost multiple games now where their defense has given up 30-plus points. They averaged 30 points in losses, and this game was no exception. 33-30 in OT, you lose the game. Sean McDermott, you know that this is your year. There's no Lamar. There's no Joe Burrow. There's no Patrick Mahomes. There's no quarterback that's seasoned like Josh Allen. However, you expect your player, Josh, who is one of the best playoff performers of all time and has been in the past, to play better. He had 4 turnovers, I believe, Ant. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I'll look it up right now. Keep going,
turnovers, and had another fumble that he didn't lose. He had multiple turnovers. He had even a game-winning drive with Kincaid wide open, and he overthrew him. It's just unacceptable. It's his worst game that we've ever seen. And truthfully, I blame that game on Josh. However, if I'm a Bills organization, you got to make a change. And Sean McDermott, like you said, has been there for God. I don't want to say this without being correct. So
when you're done with that, do you want me to go?
Yep.
Okay, so Josh Allen stats from that game, the 33-30 final overtime against Denver. Josh went 25 for 39, 283 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 3 sacks as well. And then the fumbles here, 3 fumbles, 2 lost, and 1 recovered.
Yep. So
and then you also
4
have
turnovers.
You also have James Cook fumbling 1 time and lost it. And then you also have Alec Anderson fumbling it as well 1 time, but it doesn't say if it was lost. It doesn't say lost or recovered there. Oh no, it was recovered. That one was recovered there.
Look, my main thing is they had so many chances to beat the Broncos. They were a better team. I mean, we just went through it. They had 6-7 turnover worthy plays, maybe even more. But But McDermott's been a coach for 9 years. Josh Allen was drafted in 2018, which makes him 8 years now. So it just didn't work. It's similar to, John Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson. I don't think that they beefed like Lamar and John Harbaugh did. And I do think that McDermott is better than John Harbaugh, at least at this point in his career. But when you're a defensive-minded coach and you're giving up 30 points a game, something is wrong. I'm going to blame this one on Josh, and I love Josh. But this one was on Josh, and that's my opinion. And it seems like you have, a differing opinion. You kind of talked about it as well. I do think, with the Bills and how they were before Sean, it's one of those things like with Kyle Shanahan and the Niners. Like, will they ever get it done with the Niners, or will Kyle ever get it done with the Niners? Maybe, maybe not. But who's better than Sean McDermott? There's on the market right now. I don't think any. No. I don't know if there's any better than Sean McDermott, and maybe there might be for the situation that they're in with the culture and what they've kind of built there with him and Josh. But when you're in a position like that, you're expected to win those games. You went up against a second-year quarterback, Sean Payton, who is a good coach. I don't think he coached a great game. If I'm being honest, the Bills should have won that by 21, dude. They should have won it by 21, and they fucking turned the ball over 5 times, 4 times, whatever it was, and had 7 turnover plays. It's just not winning ball. It's not. And I don't know what the odds are right now for the Patriots, but I'd probably slam it. I would. I mean, Jarrett doesn't do anything for me, truthfully.
To be fair, too, though, that Broncos defense is the second best defense in the NFL as well.
Yes, understood. But they're not that good.
I will, and yeah, I hate to say too, because like I like the Bills. Like I was telling Zach this, like in the AFC East, like the way I really look at it is I always look at it as the Patriots and the Bills, no matter what, they're gonna, when worse comes worse from one of the teams, the other team is always going to support the other. Like right now, all of Bills fans, they're all supporting the Patriots. It's always been vice versa. The Patriots have always been supporting the Bills. It's almost like a little brother, big brother, little thing going on there. I explained that to Zach last week.
Right.
But I hate to do it though. I definitely think Josh kind of, he didn't play his best ball. I mean, besides, throwing, 3 touchdowns, throw like 1 interception, I said, or 2, whatever it was, for almost 300 yards, but still wasn't the greatest. I will say though, however, did not like the final last 2 PI calls that were called against him though. Did not like those whatsoever. Those bullshit, don't like them. And then I'm sorry, I am one of those people. I definitely think it was a catch, by the way.
No. Okay, I agree completely.
Then here's the thing. I
agree with the PIs. You let the boys play. That's not a catch.
Let me explain though. Okay. The same exact thing happened to us when we played the Bills the second time. Okay. And guess what? They called it a catch for Shakir, but they don't call it a catch there. The same fucking thing happened. And if we intercepted that, we had a chance to actually score and end up beating the Bills the second time go around. But they called it a catch for Shakir when it was an interception. So then what is it?
I would have to see the play. But
so
based
then
off
if
the
that's the
replay
case,
that was coming from the back, which is the end zone view, you could see when he's going down, it start to bobble. Like you could see the ball start to come out, right? You have to control the ball through the ground.
Right.
So like if let's just say that he dove for the ball and like he didn't do that, right? Catch all the way through, he had control, no ball was moving. Cool. If he grabbed it afterwards, then I think it was a catch. However, the ball is like slightly moved. Like you could see it start to get torn off as he's rolling this way. And I think that is the main thing. He didn't survive the ground. Now, was it called an interception on the field? I believe so. If it was called a catch on the field, maybe it would have been different. But I think it was the right call. I do think the PIs were bullshit. I mean, we never see PIs get called ever in a game when it matters like that. And you called two back to back.
I think, and I will say, I think the PIs were a little bit more bullshit. I definitely think those were a little bit more bullshit. Dude. And the only reason why I complain about that catch or interceptions because that's happened to us, and they called it a catch for them last time. When it's like, no, that was an interception.
Yeah,
but they called it a catch for Shakir. Love you, Shakir, but that was bullshit. So what is it then, right? I think that's more so where I was getting at with that. And that's just me coping at that point.
Yeah, no, I understand that too. And like that happens. I just think the PI calls were really bad, dude. The first one I could see maybe, second one horrible. I mean, the whole crowd in the bar that we were at exploded. And there weren't just Bills and like Broncos fans there. There were dudes that were just enjoying ball. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
You called it like that. Truthfully, I don't think the Broncos have a chance. Sorry, Zach, if you're watching this, who's my coworker. I just don't, but we're going to get into it. 5.5 point favorites for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make this short and sweet because I don't really want to talk about it. 41-6 49ers. Opening kickoff took to the house. Seattle came out and was just lights out. Lumen was fucking crazy. The Niners came out flat. Offensive line looked horrible. And look, no one blamed Brock Purdy, but I saw some people basing his performance off his box score. That man was the only one playing ball. He was the only one. I think Brock played well. I think he made plays. He was trying to force some balls when they were down. Sure, you have to. Like, you have to against that defense. He had an interception, a fumble that people were blaming on him when it was a blindside fumble. You can't do anything about that. Niners need to seriously reevaluate what they do in the draft. But look, I'm going to give a tip of the hat to not only Keaton, but Seattle. You guys came out and were firing from the first whistle. I mean, the kickoff return, literally from the first whistle, it was GG's. I mean, I was not expecting that. Like I said, it caught me off guard. I was eating nachos. But look, I mean, it was good. Sam Darnold didn't have to do anything because Kenneth Walker had over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. Even with Zach Charbonnet's injury, he looked great. And realistically, I said there was 3 keys. Win the turnover battle. We did not. Out physical them. We did not. And special teams. We lost. Those were the 3 main ones. Physicality was a main one. The Niners in the past have been the most physical playoff team by far. By far. This year, we were soft as baby shit against Seattle. We were soft against who was the first team that we played? I'm blanking right now. The Eagles. We weren't soft against the Eagles, but we weren't nearly as strong as we have been in the past, physicality-wise. That game wasn't nearly as physical as it's been in the past. I mean, in games prior, we've had fights because of how physical people were. Lenore hitting DeAndre Swift, for example. But that wasn't nearly the case, and Seattle was way more physical. They were better. Their offensive line, way better. Defensive line destroyed our sorry-ass offensive line. Look, if the Niners would be smart, they would go and invest all of their money in both the lines. All of their money in both the lines. If you truly think that you have the talent that, gets it done based off of Brock Purdy, your star players that hopefully get healthy, and a couple of free agent signings, then you should focus on the lines, truthfully. I mean, because the Rams have a good offense and defensive line. The Seattle Seahawks have probably the best line units combined in the league. Besides maybe the Broncos. And the Cardinals are just getting better. You can't go another year without addressing the offensive line. That's what I'm going to say. Sorry-ass game, dude. And realistically, I was just kind of numb. I mean, I was expecting, us to lose, even though I had some more hope in this one than the Eagles. Wasn't expecting 41-6. Belt to ass, and that's all I'm going to say. I'm excited for the offseason. And do you have anything else other than the shitty comments that you were making to Stu that would have made me laugh, but I wouldn't have responded to during the game? That's for damn sure. But other than that, do you have anything?
I mean, once Rashad Shaheed scored the opening kickoff, I looked at Alex and I said, this game's over already.
Yeah.
You and Diego said if they go up by 17, it's over. I looked at Alex, and Alex and I both went, this game's over. Off the rip. I was like, it's done.
And that's what it was.
Yeah. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm going to leave your game for last. We're going to get to Sunday. Rams at Bears, 20-17. Caleb Williams is the weirdest good quarterback in the league. I mean, I don't know how to evaluate him. Like, he's so weird to me. He's made 2 of the greatest throws of all these playoffs and some of the greatest throws I've ever seen. Back-to-back games. And even the one that put him at the 40, he ran back 20 yards and then heaved it to Cole Kmet as a touchdown. First of all, that ball should have been picked. I don't give a fuck what people said. That was a dime piece. That Rams cornerback, oh my God. It looked like he was picking dandelions. I would have been pissed as a Rams fan. Second of all, how do you do that and then throw a pick? Again, I think you could probably blame DJ Moore for running a shitty jogged route. but the ball was fucking horribly thrown. Like, if you see your player jogging, you're not throwing the ball where you think he should be at full speed and still missing the throw. He missed the throw. That lost him the game. But Caleb, dude, he has some potential. And when I say some, he has all the potential in the world. He's going to be a future MVP. That's my guess. The Rams, though, they didn't look that good, Ant. They didn't look that good. Truthfully, I think this is going to be a rematch of the 2013 Super Bowl. I believe that's what it was between 2014, you guys, right? Or was that 2014? 2014. And that's my opinion. I don't think the Rams have looked great. I think if the Niners played the Rams, we would have had a better chance. And look, the Rams in the regular season, one, choked a big lead, which they probably played their best 3 quarters of the year against Seattle. Maybe you play like that and you can win. And 2, beat Seattle in the first game when Sam Darnold had 4 turnovers. So it's going to be tough. The Bears are going to be a lot of fun in the upcoming years. Ben Johnson proved himself as not only a worthy head coach, but probably a top 5 one. That dude's a freak. And Caleb's going to be an MVP. That's my opinion of the games. Tough loss, but Chicago, you're in good hands. And you have a note here. You know what? As a man, I'm expecting something from you because you and Keaton have shit on him a lot, and I gave Justin Herbert a lot of props, and he played very bad. Caleb has had multiple game-winning drives and has looked like a great quarterback. And there's something in the parentheses here. Ant, what did you put? And give me it fully. Don't half-ass this.
Fuck, it's harder to say, actually, than typing. Damn it. Caleb, maybe I was wrong about you.
Yes. Can I get like I'm partially sorry? Caleb, Daddy Caleb, I'm partially sorry.
Yeah, you would like it if I called him that, you full fucking pain and nail fuck. All right. No, not saying that.
You're not sorry yet. However,
no, but I will say,
you look good.
Genuinely, he looks good. He's the most consistent, inconsistent quarterback I have ever seen so far. That has potential, and that's not meant to be a diss. It's meant he's super weird with how he plays. He'll play super bad for. He'll play really bad for 3 quarters and then pop off in the 4th quarter. He'll play really well for 2 quarters and then play like he's never touched an NFL field or a football field in the next 2 quarters. It's super weird. But
his nickname
if he can just touch up on that, especially with Ben Johnson there now, I see a bright future in Chicago, and I really mean that. I really see Chicago like get a little bit more offensive weapons there for him that are a little bit more young, that are a little bit younger, a little bit more healthy, maybe. I really think that Chicago could be really good in the next upcoming years. And I genuinely mean that. Like, I would definitely watch out for that team in the next, even next year, I'd watch out for that team. But in general, in the next, I'd give them max 3 years. That team, honestly, very potential Super Bowl contender. Straight up. I could easily see that.
I'm on record saying that I think that Caleb Williams is the best, maybe not the best, but he is one of the best college quarterback prospects I've ever seen in my lifetime. He's top 3 in my opinion. And I do think that going out of the draft, I was a little too high because I thought he was going to be generational from the start. But the throws that I saw in college that made him such a good prospect, we're starting to see. We're starting to see, like, there's only 2 quarterbacks in the league, him and Patrick Mahomes, that make those throws. Now, if he can clean some things up, and I do think he will, he could win a Super Bowl next year. With the right offseason, the right coaches put around him, the right players, he could win a Super Bowl. That's my opinion. I do think 2 things. One, he's going to be top 3 in MVP odds next year going into the regular season. And I think that they're going to be the NFC North favorite, which they weren't this year. I do think that they're going to be, which makes them maybe top 5 in Super Bowl odds. But yeah, dude, that's a tough loss, but there's definitely potential there.
Yeah.
Texans at Patriots, 16-28. I'm going to let you have the floor, but I do want to say one thing, and it's not an apology. However, I am shocked. I did not expect the Patriots defense to outplay the Texans defense, and they did. They did, and they really did. They were shining. Look, again, I'm not going to say I'm sorry. I did not think the Patriots defense was this good. I knew that they were good, and I gave them props. I gave your team props, I think. But I am shocked. I mean, your guys' defenses look like the best in the playoffs besides maybe Seattle. And Seattle's only played one game, so it's like, can you really compare? What a game. You made C.J. Stroud look like he should be back at college, Ohio State that is, and I'd be hyped. I mean, my main thing is Drake May has not played as well as he did in the regular season, and you're still winning games. You're beating the best defense in the NFL by 12 points. So that was an elite game, and I'm going to let you have your floor.
So the first thing I just want to start off with, easy schedule this, easy schedule that. Now it goes into playoffs.
Cupcake
First,
schedule,
people say we're frauds. We're not that good. The entire team is overrated. We're going to lose to the Chargers. Top 5 defense, by the way. They are number 5. You can look it up. Top 5 defense. What happens? We beat them. Doesn't matter how it happened. Like I said, it's not a fucking beauty pageant. Shit happens. We're a young team, and we are learning. This is the team's first time in the playoffs since fucking 2019. I don't want to hear it. Okay? What happens? We win. The goalpost starts moving a little bit then. You guys lost because of that shitty offensive line. Oh, okay. That's fair. It wasn't a great offensive line, but that's fine. But you guys are definitely going to lose to the Texans, though. Number 1 defense. You guys are not that good. You guys got lucky. Oh, okay. Sure. Maybe you guys are right. Honestly, I'm scared. I am. Genuinely was. I mean, you could go back on last week's episode.
Oh, yeah. We both talked about it.
I was confident that we'd win, but not at the same time, like, not really, though. I did say their offense is not that great, but I did say I was absolutely terrified of that defense. That defense is scary as shit. And what happens? We win. We beat the number 1 defense in the NFL, and we move on. And then the goalpost now switches up again. It starts moving again out of nowhere. Well, you guys just won because you guys went up against the worst quarterback in the NFL. Okay, first off, let me hold the fuck up. Since when is C.J. Stroud the worst quarterback in the NFL? Now you're just saying false fucking statements at this point. I'm sorry. He's not the worst quarterback in the NFL.
No,
there is much worse than him. We made him look like fucking dog shit, though, for sure. But I'm tired of the excuses right now. I'm absolutely fucking sick of them. And it just makes me laugh, honestly, though. End of the day, it makes me laugh. All we're doing is just proving that we're not a bad team. That's it. That's all this is. And people are just really upset that the Patriots are winning again.
They are, dude. Honestly, it's jealousy. And look, I'm part of it.
I'm sure you are.
I am fucking done. I want to win one too. But I got to give props, man. This team is more fun to watch than the Patriots when they were in a dynasty. And I didn't enjoy it as much as I should have just because it sucked. You guys didn't beat us directly. However, you won some Super Bowls that I wish we would have won. But this team's different, dude. They seem like an underdog team. And maybe it'll be different. They start a dynasty and, they're not great at everything or not great at anything, but they're good. They're good. They won games. They're winning the games that they're being held. And that's it. And they're going to win the next one. We're going to get into it.
Well,
but they're going to win.
On. I definitely have more here. Okay. I just wanted to open. Yeah. I just wanted to open up with that. So that's my take on that right there. All y'all coming up with that shit, and you can shut the fuck up. Your team's not in the playoffs. So hush down. Go enjoy Cancun. Go enjoy your fucking pina colada.
That's fucking good.
The next thing I definitely want to mention, shout out, Zach said it, shout out to our fucking defense, man. I've been fucking saying that our defense is definitely good. Yes, I understand. Cupcake schedule. It's an easy fucking schedule. It's one of the easiest schedules in the NFL since the fucking 80s or some shit. I understand this completely. I'm well aware of it. However, we're making these offenses look like dog shit. Just straight up. So shout out to the defense, especially last game. Quick shout out to Christian Gonzalez. Just, hey man,
he's so good, dude.
You're insane. You're nuts.
Good. Funny fact, actually, before you continue, Nick Wright has a segment where he has like a pyramid of, I don't know why I'm doing that. Kind of hard to do it, but it has rows, right? Mm-hmm. And it goes from like worst non-quarterback players to best non-quarterback players in the NFL remaining in these last 4 games. So there's probably 30 guys, I would say. So there's like 7 rows. So there might be like 40 or 50. But guess where Christian Gonzalez is? Just out of curiosity.
Well, he should be at the top because he's the top 3 corner in the fucking NFL. But I don't know.
He's the second best remaining cornerback. But
yeah. Well,
he was in row 6, the second to last one. My dude. Are you watching the same game? He would have won defensive MVP. He would have probably won Super Bowl MVP if that was the Super Bowl.
Yeah, honestly.
He went disgusting. Anyway, sorry. I thought that was interesting, but continue.
No, it's interesting. Wild take by him. But another shout out too. I said that Marcus Jones was going to step up somehow in a very big way. And sure enough, what do you get? He gets a fucking pick 6 for us. Shout out Marcus Jones, man. He's fucking been balling out this postseason. Now offense. Offense, it's shaky, but you know what? It's definitely tough. And, of course I am going to defend him to a certain degree. But I'll get to my shit talking moments here at first. But first off, Drake, hold on to the ball, please.
Yeah, dude.
Hold on to the ball. You fumbled the ball 3 times, or 4 times. I can't remember. No, you fumbled the ball 4 times. 3 of them recovered. Yep. 1 of them lost.
He lost one. Yep.
Yeah, we lost 1. I'm not gonna lie. 3 of them, I don't even blame on Drake.
Yep.
Gonna keep that out there. It all comes down to blocking,
Campbell, man.
Which I'll get to though. Give me a sec. Let me get there. The one I will blame on Drake for the fumble was when he went to go dive for the first down. Yep. He would have got the first down. Hold on to the ball, man. They just punched it right out. Drake, not shitting on you. You got it, kid. Keep doing you. Keep doing your thing. You're staying humble. You're staying in there. You're doing your thing. I'm loving it. Keep it up. But hold on to the ball a little bit more. All right. I don't know why I'm talking.
It's really just a security thing.
It is. I don't know why I'm talking to you like I'm talking to Drake, but oh well. You get what I'm doing right now.
I mean, they barely hit it. Like, it wasn't like it was precise and he had it here. He was ball out.
It was there.
So security. That's it.
Yeah. And then the blocking, right? Will Campbell. All of them have been on Will Campbell. What did I say in the beginning too, by the way? This is a young team. Will Campbell is a rookie. You know who Will Campbell was blocking that entire game? Fucking goddamn Will Anderson. You know how many tackles can actually block Will Anderson in the NFL right now?
Probably like 2.
Maybe 2. And by 2, I mean if they get lucky. That's the thing. If they get lucky. Will Campbell against the Chargers, that no excuse there. Sorry, no excuse. Not a whole lot, at least. He was going up against Khalil Mack, so I'll give him that too. But end of the day, though, this is Will Anderson we're talking about. This is the number 1 defense, right? Yeah. 2 top 5 defenses, the 1st and the 5th, right? Then end of the day, man, if Will Campbell, I will say, overall played fine in that case. Against him, going up against him, he played okay. I won't shit on him too much. He's a kid. This is a young team. They're learning from their mistakes. This is their first time in the.
He was an all-pro.
Exactly.
In the playoffs, hunting a quarterback. I mean, this is like where the end outside linebacker. Like that is his time to shine.
Right.
No, I don't think you can just dismiss Will Campbell's play just because he's had some rough opportunities and reps, but you won the game, and he did enough to stop Will Anderson from winning it. So
right, exactly. So, and you know what? I'll give him his flowers there with that. And I mean, but yeah, he's a rookie. He's going to learn. This is all their first time in the postseason, right? Let the kids learn this shit. Let them get a feel for it. Whatever happens, happens. Now, Drake, you honestly, besides those fumbles, which I'm only saying one of them, I'm blaming on you. Just get that ball. Just hold on to that ball. The interception doesn't even count in my book. It was the last 2 seconds of the second quarter before halftime. It was a Hail Mary. You might as well shoot the shot, right? Why not?
Yep.
That brings me into some of my stats of the week. I definitely want to bring in here that are actually quite interesting. So Drake May will be the first quarterback to face a top 5 total defense in each of his 3 playoff games in a season since Cam Newton 2015. By the way, and to go on with that, no quarterback has ever beaten 3 top 5 total defenses in a single playoff run, meaning Cam Newton didn't even do it. For example, Chargers rank was 5, Texans rank is 1, Broncos rank is 2. Mm-hmm. We're still going up against a solid defense this week.
Oh yeah.
So I'm still going to be very nervous about that. The next one, I thought this was just funny. In week 6, Matthew Berry said this about Drake May in comparison to Jaden Daniels, comparing about Jaden Daniels, best quarterback out of that draft class and blah, blah, blah. And he goes, let me know when Drake May gets to an NFC championship game or even an AFC championship game. Look, bud, we're here. Next.
I remember saying that.
Another funny one, career playoff wins. Drake May has 2 right now. Dak Prescott also has 2. That's a funny one for you Cowboys fans. Another one now. This is the second to last one I have. And this goes on with this Texans game. Because this is impressive, and this is why I think Drake May, like you said with Brock, right? The box score doesn't really show, right? Drake, you played fantastic. For what it's worth against that kind of defense, you played fucking phenomenal, and this is why. Drake May is the only quarterback to throw 3 touchdowns against the Texans defense this season. And the list I'm about to name off here, all failed to do so, meaning they didn't score 3 touchdowns. They didn't score more than 3 touchdowns against this defense, but Drake May did. And this is all this season. These are the quarterbacks that failed to do that. Matt Stafford, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Mac Jones, Bo Nix, Trevor Lawrence, Daniel Jones, CJ Stroud, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, and Aaron Rodgers.
That's a good list that has a lot better wide receivers too. No disrespect to you guys, but Drake played well, man.
And then the last one, fun fact, every AFC championship since 2011 has featured either the Patriots or the Chiefs now.
Yep, I was about to ask.
And
say that if you didn't finish, or if that you were going to ask, that was going to be my answer. But that is really fucking wild. 15 years, dude.
15 years. And you know what? Shout out, because I genuinely believe we have a very underrated wide receiver on our team. His name is fucking Kayshon Boutte. What a catch, by the way.
Holy moly.
That
was nuts.
I jumped off my couch, screaming.
The bar was fucking rocking for that shit. I will say that was nuts. That was also a fucking dime piece.
It was.
Dime piece.
Yeah.
But
overall, man, I mean, yes, the defense definitely helped us out with that win 100%. But I mean, looking at it too, I mean, yeah, sure, offense struggled to get stuff going, but when it mattered, the offense showed up. And that's all you could ask for in a team that's trying to make it to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. And that's all I hope that will continue. Overall, great game. Couldn't ask for anything better than that. So
yeah, no, it's been fun, man. It's been interesting. The Patriots have shocked a lot of people, and they've been fun to watch. There's a lot of guys that are just playing with the chip on their shoulder. But yeah, that was a great win. Again, it's tough to always beat these top 5 defenses, but when you're going up against an offense like the Broncos with who's playing at quarterback next week, I'd be shocked, but you never know. So that was a part of, your review of the game and recap of the game. You had some stats of the week. I have a stat of the week too, and this is for the 49ers in not a good manner. If you guys have seen, the Niners are looking into the power electrical plant. Is that what it's called? What exactly are they calling it, Ant? The power plant?
Like that. Yeah.
The power plant that's next to the Niners stadium and practice stadium. As a result of someone saying that could potentially be the reason why the Niners have been so injured. I don't know if that's truthful, but they are looking into it. And with that, I heard a video. I forget his name. Chase something. He's an analyst for the 49ers. Chase Senior. I think his handle is like Chase Senior or something like that. Anyways, he had a video that I played earlier, and I wrote exactly what he said. So shout out to you. I'm not too sure what your full name is, but since Levi Stadium is open in 2014, the 49ers had the most games lost due to injuries among all NFL teams. Also, since 2017, the beginning of Kyle Shanahan being the head coach of the Niners, they have been top 10 in injury rate every year since 2017, besides 2023. That is 9 years of being a top 10 most injured team in the NFL. Pain. Well, moving on because I don't want to think about it more. Go Patriots. However, you had some good news, Ant, and now you get to bounce it with potentially some bad news. What's this announcement that I'm seeing? I mean, if you go through this doc, typically we have a little bit of fantasy in this segment. And all I'm seeing is fantasy punishment update regarding below. And it's just a picture of Bubby in his string cheese outfit. So let me share my screen. Show you what I'm seeing. What's the update with this little guy right here?
So the announcement is that we have a date for the human napkin for me to do that punishment. To put on the suit and get to eating some wings and yeah, people rubbing their messy hands all over me.
What's the date?
March 6th or 7th.
March 6th or 7th. The heavyweight title. You heard it here. Napkin, Ant versus the Stewards.
And Sean and Cody are going to be there too.
Maybe I should fly up. Maybe. I'll think about it. But
because Stewie and Sam, they're flying out here for that weekend. So that's when it's going to take place because they'll be here for it.
Yeah, man, that's fucking crazy. Anyways, I can't stop looking at this photo, dude. It's so bad. You are going to look like such a fool, man. Anyways, that's going to be awesome. There's going to be lots of videos. We'll show that in the off season. But we've gotten to our last segment. We've gone a little bit over an hour, so we're going to try to make this a bit quick. But it's really just our predictions. And like you guys have seen, we've just showed the bracket. We are 7-3 so far in predictions. Not horrible, not great. I think that, I'd like to at least be at an 80%, but I'll take it. I think we got the easy ones out of the way. And last week was really difficult. We had an OT game. We had 2 OT games. Predicted one right, predicted one wrong. But this is our conference. Look, I want to be blatantly honest with you. I've been right so far with all of my bets based off of what I've told you guys with the spreads. I thought the Panthers would cover. They covered. I thought that the Bears would cover. They covered. I thought that, what was it? Houston would win against the Steelers. They did. And there was one more, and I can't remember. And I'm going to give you some non-betting advice. If I was a betting man, however, just like ESPN does, one of the first ones that I would put would be for the Patriots to cover 5.5 points. Look, I get it. I get that they're playing the number 2 defense ranked. They just played the number 1 ranked defense with a better quarterback, even though people are shitting on CJ Stroud. He is better than Jarrett Stidham. Look, he hasn't played a game all year. He is going to come into the biggest moment of the Broncos' whole year and try to beat a top 10 defense and the second best offense in the league. It is a recipe for disaster.
He hasn't started a game since 2023.
So that is our prediction. I already know that you think the same. Maybe you think it's closer. I think the Patriots are going to win by 7+. Truthfully, I do. And that's my opinion.
For this next
Anthony?
one, I have some things I want to bring up.
Yes.
So
you agree, though, correct? You would take the Patriots. You know what? You could just say, I take the Patriots in the win. You don't have to say anything because I don't want you to jinx it. But I'm strong on that. I truthfully am strong.
I'm just going to say what I've always been saying. This is a defense that is good. Keep your composure. Stay cool. Play your game. And we win this game.
Yep.
Keep doing what we've been doing and we win that game. But I am nervous still. I don't care who's starting at quarterback. I am nervous for that. I'm still very much nervous for that game. But yes, I will definitely be picking the Patriots to go to the Super Bowl and beat the Broncos. For the Rams and Seahawks, I do want to bring this up though, Zach.
Mm-hmm.
The Rams and the Seahawks. Now this is game 3 this season against these two teams.
Yep.
And the first time that they played, Seahawks and Rams played in LA. Rams end up taking that game 21-19. And then the second game was in Seattle, and that game went into OT. That game ended up being 38-37. Seahawks won it. Now, this is why I want to bring up Rams stats for against each. These are just against each other and their stats when playing against each other. Okay. The Rams, 1 win, 58 points, 830 yards, 7 touchdowns. Seahawks, 1 win, 57 points, 829 yards, 5 touchdowns. So by 1 point, so the Seahawks are down by 1 point and by 1 yard and down by 2 touchdowns. Another interesting thing that I don't think a lot of people are bringing up, but I randomly came across it actually. And Zach, have you ever heard about the Super Bowl patch curse?
No.
So Seahawks could break a historic Super Bowl curse. No team has made the Super Bowl wearing an anniversary patch. So no patch. And right now there's no patch on the Patriots or Rams or Broncos. But if I look at their jerseys at the Seahawks jerseys correctly, there is a 50-year anniversary patch on the Seahawks jersey. Now, teams with the patch, these are teams with the patch and, who have lost. Let me read it off for you. The 1985 Rams lost in the NFC Championship. The 1986 Commanders, or at the time, the Redskins, lost the NFC Championship. 2000 Vikings lost the NFC Championship. The 2009 Jets lost the AFC Championship. The 2021 49ers lost the NFC Championship, and the 2023 Lions lost the NFC Championship.
So they're just wearing badges based off the years?
Based off of their anniversary of that team. No team has made it to the Super Bowl when they have their anniversary patch on.
As in, like, Seattle has been a team for 50 years now, and that's the patch?
Yes.
Wow.
No team has made it to the Super Bowl with their anniversary patch.
Interesting. Well, I've heard that, and I don't think it's going to change my opinion. I'm going to go Seattle just based off how they played last week.
I mean, that's fair.
That's my guess. But I will say 2.5 points. I don't know if I would even bet on this game. It's going to be so weird. Divisional. It just doesn't feel right.
You know what I really want? I really want the Rams
to come down and explode the stadium.
Yes. No, I want the Rams to beat the Seahawks. Because if the Patriots have a chance to win the Super Bowl, it would be against the Rams, not the Seahawks.
I fully agree.
But
so, are you going to go with your heart or are you going to go with your gut?
Well, last time you went with your heart.
Yeah.
Not your gut.
And that went bad.
Now, do I do the correct thing here, or do I actually want to go with?
Hey, we could have some fun. I mean, series 0 for 2. Maybe she changes it.
Just like the little girl curse. We broke it, by the way. We broke that curse, by the way.
We got the series curse.
She is fucking. She only has one game right, and that's us.
It's not good.
I don't know. Because if I'm going to be realistic here, I think the Seahawks win it, but I really want the Rams to win it. Because that is our shot to win the Super Bowl.
You tell me.
I'll be fair with it. I'll actually go with what I think it's going to be, and I'll go with the Seahawks.
2014 Super Bowl rematch. It's so unfortunate. This is going to be at Levi's. That's our prediction. I'm not going to give a prediction on the Super Bowl because I want to see what happens. But what an episode, man. What an episode. A lot to talk about. And we talked about it. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Look, man, I'm going to be rooting for you. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to be rooting for the NFC side. That's for damn sure. Don't give a fuck what anyone says about division. Fuck the divisions. I hate both those teams. So I'll be rooting for you or the Broncos through and through. But yeah, dude, I'm excited for ball. We got the championship games. Only 2 more games for the rest of the year.
It's crazy.
We're almost done with the 2025-2026 season. It's been one hell of a fucking ride. Please like, subscribe, comment, and go Patriots.
Go Patriots.
Peace.
Peace.